You are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxshall, in which I chronicle my life and attempts to become a professional writer by, doing some writing daily, hopefully. Hello, today is Saturday the 7th of... December 2024. You're listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, although I have actually been working today. And yes, flying as well. Lucky me. So, did my standby from 11 till 5. Got called about 2 hours in, which was okay. And flew to Manchester because I think the crew were late back, and so we're out of hours, the one that were meant to be doing it. So, and that crew was meant to be joined by 2 people that were freshly starting. So, anyway, it's all very common. So I flew to Manchester, and the weather was so bad at Manchester, because we're at the north end of this, whatever the current storm is that's going around. We're kind of at the north end of it. We had wind shear warning and had to go around on our first attempt at landing into Manchester, although luckily we did manage to land on our second attempt. So yes, I've actually done some flying, hooray! But then I'm not, I'm in Manchester now, Manchester night stop, but it's 5 o'clock as I record this. My alarm goes off at 4:15 tomorrow morning, because we're on the early flight back, so... what fun. No, that's all good. So I'm basically only just got into my hotel room. I'm going to basically sleep and eat. That's my entire plan for between now and when my alarm goes off at 4:15 tomorrow morning. So yeah, I'm going to finish recording this. I'm going to order some room service. It's so windy and wet and horrible outside. I'm not even convinced I want to, venture to something that would be cheaper than the room service of the hotel we're in, but I just can't bother to go. So room service it will be, and then maybe a bit of reading, but not much, and then it will literally be bedtime. I've really been struggling to get into a good sleeping pattern. I mean, yesterday I was still awake at 3 a.m. Bearing in mind today I've got to get up at 4:15. I'm hoping sleep finds me a little easier than it has done the last couple of nights. The good news is our flight back tomorrow, we land at, I think we're due to land at 8 in the morning. So once we've landed, that's us done. Now, I'm not daft. I can see what's going on with the weather and with flight cancellations. So keeping a close eye on whether we are actually going back when we're supposed to be. Because that's the reality of this job sometimes, is that things don't always go to plan. So, it may be that we end up working on a later flight home. It may end up that we end up working, or not working, end up flying home as passengers. But that sort of thing happens when the weather gets really bad and flights are a bit all over the place. But that's fine. So, oh dear, 3 minutes done. Cool. You nearly got an emergency podcast today because there was a chance. Bearing in mind, I had to get up at about 8. I got up at 7:30 this morning, to get to the airport for 11, and there was always a chance I was going to end up on either something that took the entire day, or something that got me into where I was very late tonight. So I actually recorded an emergency podcast for use today, but when I got to Manchester, I thought, no, I won't put out the emergency one. I'll save that. So I've unscheduled it, and that will come out when I get a day where I really am too busy. That's about it. So I can't decide what to have for food. Well, I have decided, actually. A friend of mine has recommended the beef pie is very good. So I'm going to have a beef pie with some broccolini. God, this is pathetic, isn't it? That's what I'm resorting to, telling you the food I'm about to order from room service. Some broccolini, and then I'm toying with having a dessert. I haven't decided yet. I will literally decide in a minute when I go and make the call. Trying to think what else there is to say. As I say, we're in quite a nice area. There's a lovely Waterstones, a stone's throw up here. There's a big shopping mall that we can go to. Good transport links. We're right by one of the major Manchester railway stations. But
I'm shattered. Didn't sleep very well last night. Tried to doze whilst I was on standby, but it didn't happen. And I didn't actually get a phone call for the standby. I noticed it on my roster before they'd had a chance to phone me. So I literally got to the operations desk before they made the phone call. So that's all good. That's about all I have to say. I've got to make it last another 50 seconds. So I'm going to count to 50 very slowly. 1, 2. No, I'm not. I'll find something to say for 50 seconds. So I'm going to order my food. I'm going to read a bit of a book. I'm going to iron my shirt for tomorrow. And then I do feel quite tired, so hopefully I will be able to get some sleep. One of the things I did try last night because I couldn't sleep was I keep getting random ads on Spotify for music at a certain frequency. Is it 632 hertz or something? Apparently is very good at helping you sleep. Well, I had that on last night. It made no difference whatsoever. Anyway, that'll do for me burbling on today. I will hopefully get home in a reasonable time tomorrow, and then I've got the rest of tomorrow and the 3 days after that off. So I will get some writing done then. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxall. Thank you for tuning in to my random ramblings, and if you'd like to know more about me or my projects, visit my link tree at linktr.ee/Richard Wright, capital R, capital W. Thank you for listening.